The Proven Way to Make Your Money Work for You, 7 Secrets from John D. Rockefeller. Many people believe that working harder is the only path to wealth. The harder you work, the more money you make, right? But if you look closely, this mindset keeps you trapped in a cycle of endless effort with no real growth. John D. Rockefeller knew this wasn't true. Instead of working harder, he focused on making his money work for him. In this video, we'll reveal how shifting your approach, like Rockefeller's, can fundamentally change your financial future. Number 1, own the mechanism, not just the product. Most people think wealth comes from owning a product. They sell something, whether it's a good or a service, and believe that's where the value lies. But what if I told you the true wealth doesn't come from owning the product? It comes from owning the mechanisms that make it work. John D. Rockefeller understood this better than anyone. He didn't just own the oil, he controlled everything around it. From the refineries to the pipelines, he knew that true power came from controlling the whole process, not just one part of it. You see, owning the supply chain, the mechanisms that bring the product to market, creates a level of control that mere product ownership simply can't match. Take a moment and reflect. Are you focusing just on your product, or are you looking at the systems that can give you control over the entire flow of value? Rockefeller's approach wasn't just about the oil, it was about owning the flow of oil itself. This is the type of thinking that doesn't just create wealth, it amplifies it. By thinking this way, you shift from working within a system to owning the system itself. True wealth isn't just what you own, but how you make what you own work for you. Number 2, control the scarcest resource in any industry. When we think about value, most of us focus on what's readily available, the things everyone else is chasing. But the real secret to wealth, it's about controlling the scarce resources, not just the visible ones. Rockefeller understood this. While oil may have been abundant, its ability to be refined, transported, and distributed efficiently was scarce, and that's where his wealth lay. He didn't just own oil, he owned the refining process, the pipelines, the distribution network, each one a scarce piece of the puzzle. He knew that scarcity drives value, and by controlling those critical elements, he secured his wealth. Many people focus on trends or hot industries, but the truly wealthy know that value doesn't always lie in what's most visible. It's often in what's hardest to come by. So ask yourself, what's scarce in your field? What resources, systems, or knowledge are in limited supply? And how can you position yourself to control them? The wealthy build empires by understanding scarcity and positioning themselves to control it. It's this deeper understanding that turns industries into wealth generators, rather than just jobs or trades. Number 3, let compound interest enforce your discipline. In the world of wealth creation, few things are as powerful as compound interest, but many people don't truly understand how this principle can be their greatest ally. Most see interest as something that's simply earned passively, but Rockefeller saw it as a force for growth. He understood that wealth isn't built through constant work alone. It's built through patience, the kind of patience that lets compound interest do the heavy lifting. The more he invested, the more his money earned money on its own, and the cycle continued to grow exponentially. Most people, however, want fast returns, immediate gratification. They chase quick wins and overlook the long-term value of steady compounding growth. But as Rockefeller knew, the true power lies in time. When you trust compound interest to work for you, you stop fighting for every dollar. You let the dollars multiply themselves. When you take the long view and commit to letting compounding work, you transform your wealth from something temporary into something permanent. Wealth doesn't come from what you earn today. It comes from how you let today's earnings multiply. Number 4, systemize every financial decision without emotion. One of the most important principles Rockefeller followed was to detach his emotions from financial decisions. When you make decisions driven by fear or excitement, you lose clarity. And clarity is the foundation of any successful financial strategy. Many people, especially entrepreneurs, are emotional about their financial choices. They see an opportunity and dive in without considering the long-term consequences. Others panic during downturns and sell at the wrong time. Rockefeller, however, was always measured. He built systems and processes that guided his decisions, allowing him to stay consistent no matter the market fluctuations. This is a principle that extends beyond business. It applies to personal finances as well. By automating savings, creating set investment strategies, or following a clear financial plan, you remove the emotional volatility that can cloud judgment. You don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect market. You act based on a system, not an impulse. When you allow your systems to dictate your actions, your emotions no longer have control. True wealth is built on consistent, thoughtful actions, not reactive decisions. Number 5, use downturns to acquire distressed assets. In most people's minds, a financial downturn signals disaster. It's a time to protect what you have and weather the storm. But for those who understand wealth, a downturn is an opportunity to acquire. John D. Rockefeller understood this deeply. During periods of economic hardship, when others panicked and sold their assets, Rockefeller used his cash reserves to buy up distressed properties, companies, and assets at a fraction of their value. While the market was in turmoil, he was quietly building his empire, acquiring wealth at a discount. This principle is as true today as it was in Rockefeller's time. Every financial crisis brings with it an opportunity for those who can remain calm and see the value in what others are selling in fear. Crisis doesn't destroy wealth, it redistributes it to those who know how to see opportunity in the chaos. Number 6, prefer trust and legal structures over handshakes. Rockefeller built an empire not just on trust, but on legal structures that ensured his wealth would endure. While trust is important, relying solely on handshakes and personal relationships leaves too much to chance. He understood that formal agreements and legal protections provided the backbone for lasting wealth. It wasn't just about verbal agreements. It was about structuring his wealth in ways that could survive beyond any individual. Trusts, corporations, and legal frameworks became the bedrock upon which his financial legacy was built. So, when you look at your own wealth-building efforts, consider, are you relying on informal agreements, or are you setting up structures that will protect and preserve your wealth for the long term? True security comes from structures, not promises. Number 7, reinvest dividends to build an unstoppable army. When you reinvest your earnings, you are effectively giving yourself an army of soldiers that work for you, tirelessly. Rockefeller was not just interested in making money, he was interested in growing it, endlessly. Instead of taking profits as personal income, Rockefeller chose to reinvest them into new ventures, expanding his empire even further. Every dividend was treated as an opportunity to build more wealth. He knew that when you reinvest, you build an unstoppable cycle of growth, where the returns from your returns fuel even more wealth. Most people, when they receive income or dividends, simply cash them out and spend them. But Rockefeller's approach was different. He allowed his money to work harder than he ever could. By reinvesting, you ensure that your wealth grows on its own, even when you're not actively working. Reinvesting is the key to compounding your wealth. Every reinvestment is a seed that grows your wealth beyond what you could ever harvest today. Bonus insight: automate your reinvestment strategy today. One of the most powerful ways to accelerate your wealth-building journey is by automating your reinvestment strategy. While many focus on earning and accumulating money, they overlook the importance of making that money work for them consistently. Reinvestment isn't something you should manually manage with every decision. It should happen automatically. John D. Rockefeller understood that to grow his empire, he needed to put his profits back to work without hesitation. He wasn't waiting for the perfect moment to invest again. He set up systems that allowed his money to be reinvested on autopilot, building wealth seamlessly over time. By automating your reinvestment, you ensure that your capital keeps working for you, compounding over the long term. Whether it's reinvesting dividends, profits from a business, or even passive income from assets, setting up an automatic flow allows you to benefit from consistency and momentum. Ask yourself, how can you automate your reinvestment strategy today to ensure continuous growth? If this video resonated with you, take a moment to reflect. What's one small step you can take today to start making your money work harder for you? Leave a comment below with "I choose understanding," and share your thoughts. If you'd like to continue this journey of learning, consider liking the video, subscribing to our channel, and sharing this with someone who's ready to think differently about money. In our next video, we'll take these principles further, deepening your understanding and sharpening your financial mindset. Thank you for being here. May you walk away with clarity, purpose, and the quiet confidence to let your money work for you, just as Rockefeller did.